Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Prime Minister stressed on reopening of Akaura-Agartala rail route to boost bilateral trade while having meeting with Indian High Commissioner. Half-past fare for students in Dhaka from tomorrow, announced Dhaka Road Transport Owners Association. UN will continue its support to Bangladesh on the Rohingya issue, said resident coordinator in Bangladesh, Mia Sepul. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said the relations between Bangladesh and India have reached a new level. Hasina said this when Indian High Commissioner Vikram Kumar Doraiswamy met her at her official residence Gana Bhavan today. Prime Minister Press Secretary said both the Prime Minister and the envoy discussed issues related to the enhancement on trade and commerce between two neighboring countries. In this connection, Hasina put emphasis on resumption of Akaura-Agartala rail line to boost connectivity. The Indian ambassador mentioned that they will showcase the Bangladesh-India relation to demonstrate a good framework of ties. Public transport owners today agreed to take half fare from students in Dhaka from tomorrow. Inayatullah, General Secretary of Dhaka Road Transport Owners Association, made the announcement in a briefing today. He added students will have to show ID cards of their schools and colleges while paying half fare. This will be applicable from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. However, the half fare will not be applicable on government and weekly holidays and during seasonal vacation. Meanwhile, the movement of public transport on Pragati Sharani in capital came to a halt today as students of different educational institutions have blocked Rampura Bridge in the capital protesting the death of the SSC candidate in a road crash. UN resident coordinator in Bangladesh, Mia Sepul, today said that the United Nations will continue its support to Bangladesh on Rohingya issue. Mia Sepul said this when she made a farewell call on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at her official residence Gana Bhavan. Hasina told Mia Sepul that Bangladesh has given shelter to the forcibly displaced Myanmar nationals on humanitarian grounds. They should return to their country. If more than 1 million Rohingya continue to live here, it will create various social problems in Bangladesh. They also discussed the issues relating to COVID-19, climate change and women empowerment. Mia Sepul expressed satisfaction over her stay in Bangladesh, saying she had a very good collaboration with the government. BNP arranged a rally in front of its Neapolitan central office today, demanding BNP chairperson Khalda to be allowed to go abroad for advanced treatment. Hundreds of leaders and activists of the party and its associate bodies gathered in Neapolitan area since morning to join the rally. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi said it is now urgent to send BNP chief abroad for advanced treatment in a bid to save her life. However, Law Minister Anisul Haq said the government will consider Khalda's appeal if she submits a fresh petition after returning to jail. Health Minister Zahid Malik said today the government is considering no vaccine, no service campaign at all public offices to encourage people to get vaccinated. He said it after an interministerial meeting. He said 240 people who returned to Bangladesh from South Africa in recent times could not be traced as they kept their cell phones switched off. The Health Ministry also suggested that the ministry's concern take steps to discourage travel from African countries to Bangladesh. He urged all to refrain from public gatherings, including for political, social and religious events. The effects of climate change are no longer an idea, but its ever-present horrors. Most of the country's rivers are now on the brink of disaster for rising temperatures, floods and droughts. TU has undertaken various projects including Delta Plan for river governance to address the effects of climate change. Dalia Nilfa has the full story.
The river is called the national living entity. If the river survives, the city will survive, civilization will survive. However, the world now seems like a fairy tale. Although most of the rivers in the country are now in books, it is very difficult to find a match in reality. Now the river has turned into a garbage dump due to the dumping of polythene, garbage and industrial wastes. The river is losing its navigability year after year due to lack of dredging. Meanwhile, coastal people are losing everything due to river erosion in coastal areas, including Satkira, Bagirhat and Khulna. Meteorologists said that if the river doesn't keep its course, the country will face various problems including waterlogging. River experts said it has become urgent to rescue the river from the hands of the occupiers and ensure navigability through evacuation. Meanwhile, government officials said a Delta plan including construction of dams in coastal areas has been taken up to address the effects of climate change. However, experts believe that people's lives will be threatened in the future if effective steps are not taken now to protect rivers and water bodies to deal with the effects of climate change. Dalia Nulufar, SATV News Desk.
National Professor Rafiqul Islam, one of the most revered researchers on Qazi Nazrul Islam, have passed away at the capital in today afternoon. He breathed his last at Evercare Hospital at around 2:30 p.m. while undergoing treatment. Duty officer of hospital confirmed the death. On October 7, 87-year-old national professor was admitted to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University Hospital with abdominal pain. Viewers are taking a short break. Stay with Euro Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Euro Bangla City SATV News. Now international news. A powerful storm pounded Istanbul and other parts of Turkey yesterday, killing at least 4 people and causing havoc in a city of 15 million people. The storm was raging in the Aegean and Marmara regions yesterday. At that time, the wind speed in Istanbul was 130 kilometers per hour. Istanbul Governor's office said 19 people were injured who were in serious condition. The Bosphorus narrow waterway that bisects the city was closed to maritime traffic and ferry services were cancelled. Amid global concerns over the rapid spread of the new variant of COVID-19, vaccine manufacturers say they are working to develop Omicron-specific vaccines. Germany's BioNTech and its partner Pfizer announced Monday that the development of an adapted vaccine is part of the standard procedure to tackle new variants. Moderna said a new vaccine to fight the Omicron strain could be ready by early next year if required. AstraZeneca also said it's examining the impact of the new variant on its vaccine and antibody cocktail, adding that the company is conducting research to collect related data. Meanwhile, the CEO of Pfizer has expressed confidence that the company's COVID-19 treatment pills are effective against the Omicron variant. The race comes off the heels of WHO's warning that the Omicron variant possesses a very high global risk. Pakistan signed an agreement with the Saudi Fund for Development (SFD) to receive $3 billion. In the last week of October, Saudi Arabia has agreed to revive its financial support to Pakistan, including about $3 billion in safe deposits. It also added $1.2 billion worth of oil supplies on deferred payments. An agreement has reached during the visit of Prime Minister Imran Khan to the kingdom last month. Pakistan said deposit agreement reflected the strong and special relationship between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Pakistan and will further augment the economic ties between the two brotherly countries. Twitter announced Monday that its co-coordinator and CEO Jack Dorsey will be stepping down as the head of the company and will be replaced by Chief Technology Officer Parag Agrawal. While the company added Dorsey will be stepped down immediately, it said that it would remain as a board member until Twitter's stockholder meeting next year. The announcement came as Dorsey sent an email to staff on Monday saying that after 16 years with the company, it was time to leave. He also noted that Agrawal was his preferred choice for the CEO position. Messi won the last edition of the Ballon d'Or in 2019 before last year's awards were cancelled due to the pandemic. He also won in 2009, 10, 11 and 12 and in 2015. The 34-year-old scored 38 goals in 48 games last season for Barcelona and won the Copa del Rey before captaining Argentina to Copa America glory in July. On the other hand, there was some apprehension about Messi as he could not do anything in the new club. But as he brought a title to the national team after a long time, at present he has no choice but to accept the best of the best. Messi seems unbelievable for the 7th time, beating Lewandowski by 580 points with 613 points. Now sports news. Pakistan won the first session of the last day of the Chittagong Test. Babar Azam's team reached the target of 202 runs given by the Bangladesh with 8 wickets in hand. Pakistan started the fifth day with 109 runs without wickets. Abdullah Shafiq was dismissed for 151 run by Mehdi Hassan Miraj. After 52 runs in the first innings, Abdullah Shafiq scored 73 runs in the innings. On the other hand, Centurion Abid Ali scored 91 runs in the first inning. Pakistan captain Babar Azam took the rest of the way with Azhar Ali to win. Earlier on the fourth day, when Bangladesh were all out for 157 runs, Pakistan sent a target of 202 runs. After the battling strength of Liton Das and Mushfiqur Rahim, Bangladesh took the lead at the end of the first innings with the great bowling of Taizul Islam. In both the innings, Pakistan top order, especially the two opening batsmen, failed. The second and final test of the series will start from December 4th in Dhaka. Before ending, we'll go through the Euro-Bangla City SATV news headlines again. Prime Minister stressed on reopening of Akhaura-Agartala rail route to boost bilateral trade while having meeting with Indian High Commissioner. Half bus fare for students in Dhaka from tomorrow, announced Dhaka Road Transport Owners Association. UN will continue its support to Bangladesh on the Rohingya issue, said resident coordinator in Bangladesh, Mia Seppo. Get up to date so far here on Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.